Hello, and thanks for joining me. If you've never run across a presuppositionalist, count yourself lucky. They are among the most obnoxious specimens of humanity to ever walk the planet, and their entire approach is aimed not at convincing atheists, but at confusing them into shutting up. Basically, their position is that it is necessary to presuppose God's existence in order to do anything in the world, including and especially question why it would be necessary to presuppose God's existence in order to do anything in the world. Even most Christians, in my anecdotal experience, find the presuppers insufferable. What do I personally do with such insufferable folk? I refuse to suffer them. Their model of coherent communication requires the existence of God in order to work. My own model does not, but it would be rude of me to impose my model upon them. But at the same time, I will not presuppose the existence of God until it has been established. So as far as I'm concerned, the content of all presuppositionalist speeches, videos, debates, and so on is which needs no response. I think this is the best approach to presuppers. But if you don't want to adopt my approach, then there's a way you can shut down any presupper with a single word. And that word is toast! That's it, just the one word. Toast! Drama optional, but highly recommended. Now, once you mention this word, some presuppers may sneer and scoff and make rude remarks about Alex Malpass's parentage. If they do this, then it is not necessary for you to proceed beyond that one word. Toast! Don't go beyond it, however much they tempt you to. Because the word serves two functions. It's shorthand for an objection to presuppositionalism, and it also signals your unwillingness to proceed with the discussion until the presuppositionalism is abandoned. So, how do you know that logic exists? Toast! How do you know that morals exist? Toast! How do you even know that toast exists? Toast! Doesn't it seem like you're the one who's being unreasonable in this discussion? I mean, are you just going to keep saying toast over and over and over? Toast! Other presuppers, like many people watching this video, will have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So, here's what the hell I'm talking about. Basically, toast is a reference to a debunking of presuppositionalism by philosopher Alex Malpass, who, as far as I know, has perfectly legitimate parentage. Here's the gist of it. Consider the following argument. 1. Either toast or not toast. If you're not comfortable with formal logic, just read this as either I'm holding toast in my hand or I'm not. 2. Not toast, or the absence of toast, cannot account for the laws of logic. 3. Therefore, toast, or the presence of toast in my hand, can account for the laws of logic. Malpass's point is that this is an invalid argument and remains invalid even when we substitute toast with God. Either God or not God, God exists or he doesn't. Not God, the absence of God cannot account for the laws of logic. Therefore, God can account for the laws of logic. That's an invalid argument. That's presuppositionalism debunked. God exists or doesn't exist may be a true dichotomy, but God accounts for logic or the absence of God accounts for logic is a false dichotomy. Now, once you explain this to a presupper, if he's anything like Matt Slick, the apologist against whom Malpass first raised this objection, he'll pretend not to understand it. But either he's lying, or his ability to access and utilize Google has been severely understated. Either way, toast! The only point at which you should deviate from saying toast to the presupper is when he fixes the problem with his basic reasoning by substituting the false dichotomy for a true dichotomy. Like this. Either the existence of God accounts for the laws of logic or it doesn't. It's not the case that the existence of God doesn't account for the laws of logic. Therefore, the existence of God accounts for the laws of logic. And he can make the same kind of argument to the effect that no atheistic worldview accounts for the laws of logic, and he's free to defend both arguments and you're free to attack them, and all is well with the world, because at this point, if he's still too obnoxious to have a conversation with, at least it won't be because he's a presuppositionalist, because he isn't. Presuppers aren't allowed to make arguments that don't presuppose God, which of course is their problem, not yours. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to share how you like to handle presuppositionalists, leave a comment down below. Thanks as always for watching. I'm David John Wellman, and the rest is toast!